I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki, and we are the permanent site of Petra Institute, Efroto. That's the first building we are putting up. We have now started doing the pillars using the principle of gradualism. These principles that work are principles of God. They are principles we learned from the Bible. The Bible says, be ye imitators of God. God started creating this world gradually, using the principle of gradualism from stage to stage. My experience here, and my experience generally in starting any project, is that you will have so many suggestions. The truth of the matter is to know where you are going to, know how you want to reach there. Take suggestions that will help you reach where you are supposed to reach. Discard those that tend to discourage you or humiliate you. When I came to Ughelli and started the school, one very sincere person came and sat with me for hours. He was counseling me. I said the name of the school is Petra Christian Academy. Took me time to come to the conclusion of using that name. He told me, he said that if you add academy to Petra, that it will not work, that Ughelli people will not understand what is academy. And my mind was questioning that suggestion. What is so difficult in academy that people in Ughelli will not understand? He said I should buy 2 long buses, maybe 52-seater buses to start with. I was finding it difficult to eat. I was finding it difficult to pay rent. And you're telling me to buy 2 buses before I will start. When I told my wife laughed and asked me, how many things has he started? That man eventually ran away from the town, and I suspect he is still where I left him. Because when you have these grandiose ideas and suggestions you are giving to somebody who is starting life, most times you also have grandiose plans and you never start. When somebody saw me, I was putting manure, and then I made a post about independent thinking. Dr. Apoki, please wear your safety gears. It was during lockdown. I had just started this project of farming. Where will I get money to buy safety gears? I continued with what I was doing. How many farmers in Africa have been wearing safety gears? I checked his profile. I found out that he was living in Europe. I'm living in Nigeria here. And today, this one was brought by somebody from an oil company. The boots are there. I have the boots at home. I have gloves. I have all the safety stuff. But I made sure I started with what I had. Start with what you have. Stop listening to people who complain about where you are and what you are doing. As long as you are getting the results you are getting, start. Don't wait until things are perfect before you start. My wife will always say, the best way to start is to start. Somebody saw me with cassava stems on top of my SUV. That post has had, I'm sure it has had close to 120,000 views. Somebody saw me and asked, is this how they carry cassava stems overseas? I went to his profile, I checked. He was a very local boy. He has not left this Ughelli and Emme, the axis where he comes from. How many people has he seen growing cassava, manioc esculenta, anywhere in the world? There are very few countries outside Africa, outside Nigeria, where people grow cassava. So I will wait until I know how they carry cassava overseas before I start carrying cassava. Somebody else looked at it. Wow, that a Hilux will have carried more load than the SUV. That SUV, when I bought it in 2015, I bought it for 2,250,000 30,000 naira in 2015, November. And I've been using it. That was what I had. That was what could carry the cassava stems. A Hilux. A Hilux, second-hand Hilux is about 10 million. Where will I get 10 million to buy a second-hand Hilux? 10 million to 15 million. But I continued with what I was doing. I was using the SUV to carry cassava stems, carry poultry manure, carry whatever. Today, the Hilux is here. It didn't come with my money, it came as a gift. People are too impatient with people, and people make people impatient with themselves. Oh, somebody once told me, my husband does not dress like this. She was referring to a picture I took when I went to preach at CPM Ojikilin. And he saw me with a t-shirt. Oh, my husband. What I liked about my husband is the way he was dressing. He was this and that and that. Today, go and look at the husband. He's scruffy. I'm dressing better now. Far, far better than him. Far, far richer. They are still struggling. People can talk. Talking is just a reflex. People can talk. If you listen to their talks, you will never make the first move. You will never start. Oh, when we started the school, people will compare us. Your school is not like this school. Your school is not like that school. Your school is, you are even charging this amount. If it is there, we will understand. Today, those schools can't compete with me. Can't compete with my school. Those schools, my children and their children compete, and my children do better. If you come to Ughelli and stop any bike man, say Petra Christian Academy, he will carry you to my school. If I had listened to their criticism, listened to their bad remarks, I would have been discouraged. When we started writing academic excellence books, I wrote the academic excellence books, and my wife wrote with her son, Ufoma Chima Apoki. And I took the books to one place where I expected them to buy. The lady said, oh, these books are too short. They are too this, they are too that. I saw her, she used safety pin to pin her skirt. But she was criticizing my work. And I left. But today, those books are sold in several schools. There are many ways to reach your mark. Many ways to do a thing. You might not be perfect when you start. When God started with the earth, it was not perfect. But progressively, it was improving. When I started this place, somebody just came. Oh, if you could just bulldoze this place. You stand in the beginning. You see it to the end. I was struggling. You stand in the beginning and see it to the end. I was struggling. I was just managing to come here, sometimes clear with my hand. But you see, gradually, as you can see from the video, you can virtually see to the end. The person who suggested, let us bulldoze it, and you see to the end, is a member of my family. He has run away. After we carried cucumbers for some days, he ran away. He has run to Europe now. But I'm here. I'm seeing to the end. Have your dream in mind. Have your plans in mind. Know your direction. Press on towards the mark of higher calling. People will say all kinds of things about you. Oh, Dr. Apoki does not dress well. You are a medical doctor, you should dress well. I was managing. My rent was 2,500. I was finding it difficult to pay. I was finding it difficult to feed. Will fashion be my priority then? I was preaching with what I had. The people were blessed. But today, the clothes I wear, I don't even buy most of them. They come as gifts. If you listen to the criticisms and condemnations of people, you will not move forward. When we started selling properties here, somebody made a comment that the place was too far. One even said it's a scam. Recently, I went through comments and I said that build the place yourself. Don't come and sell to people. Then you go around, turn around and sell it to your brothers. I went to check his profile. Most likely he has never bought one piece of land. We've sold more than 100 acres. People are occupying their spaces. I found out that people talk without experience, people talk without analysis, people talk reflexly, particularly the young bracket, the youthful people who have not had experience, who have not done anything, and also sometimes over-religious people. They just talk anyhow. And what I do, I look at their profiles. When I go to your profile, if I see that there's nothing reasonable about you, most times I won't reply you. I'll allow you to showcase your stupidity. I'll allow you to showcase your ignorance. When people tell you make derogatory comments, derogatory suggestions, some of the suggestions people make, they don't even make them so that you can improve. They make them to bring you down. Make them like the brothers of David. Say, who did you leave the few sheep? Few sheep, why the emphasis on few? But David eventually killed Goliath. That thing they could not achieve. In fact, people get angry with you because you are attempting to do what they failed to do. You are attempting to do what they had not attempted. And they are saying in their mind, who are you to dare this? Who are you to attempt this? Oh, I remember when I started preaching newly, somebody said, Dr. Apoki is not called. Me, I know I'm not called. I had a missed call. Then I called God back. God, did you call me? And I'm not sure he has answered me well, but I continued doing what I felt the impression in my spirit to do. And I'm getting results. He who was called, he's still there, wallowing in mediocrity. What will they not say about you? People will say all kinds of things about you, about what you are doing. But what has God said concerning you? What are you saying concerning yourself? Forget what they are saying. Concentrate on what God is telling you. Concentrate on the voice you heard in your spirit and move on towards the mark of higher calling. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. God